Hello everybody, welcome to the 70-star League Division 2 match. We've got CartoonBuffoon on the left, SuperViper on the right, and I'm going to be your commentator today, Ruby, sorry. And yeah, hopefully we're going to be seeing a pretty good race between these two guys. As you can see from the league standings there, we've got SuperViper in 4th place with 246 points, who is looking to be on quite a roll. He's got three wins in a row, whereas CartoonBuffoon down in 9th place. Currently on a bit of a losing streak, but maybe we could see a change in that. I know Cartoon recently managed to get a 49 in 70 star, so congrats to him. And yeah, I think we should be getting this race underway pretty shortly. And yeah, we've got SuperViper going. We are going to get Cartoon speed up in just a moment. But yeah, getting this race underway. And there it is. Both runners on the US version. So both of them using the fastest version for this category. And we've got the face cam there of CartoonBuffoon, so hopefully we'll be able to see some reaction from him, you know, as he goes through this run. And yeah, been a little while since I've commented on GSA, so please be kind if I make mistakes or anything. But here we go. Going to be jumping in with Lack 2 skip coming up from both of these runners. See SuperViper going for slightly different movements at the start here. SuperViper not getting it. CartoonBuffoon off to an early lead. So that's roughly 8 seconds or so that Lack 2 skip saves. So Cartoon, you know, definitely could make the most of that, hopefully, as we go through this race, but also looking like he's going for Island Hop, interestingly. Not going to be seeing that from SuperViper, so let's see if we can get this Island Hop to work for CartoonBuffoon. Oh, falling down. And SuperViper getting an awkward bomb grab there. Not facing the way he wants to be. Cartoon struggling to get up back onto the mountain. And getting a bonk as well. But there he goes. And SuperViper getting bomb whip on his second attempt at grabbing the bomb. So not an ideal start from either runner, but interesting enough to see Cartoon. I mean, he seems very upset about missing and having a few mistakes at the beginning, but I'm sure he'll be fine after a little while. And we got SuperViper now going into Princess Secret Slide. Does save roughly a second. Oh, Cartoon getting the bomb exploding in his face. Not able to get this bomb clip going. Gets it this time around now, and is in there. And looking like a 12.8 there from SuperViper. As I was saying, you know, going for the slide before going to Womp's Fortress does save roughly a second, and Cartoon's going to be doing the exact same. And since Cartoon actually did Island Hop at the beginning there, we won't be seeing him returning to Bomb on Battlefield, but SuperViper will have to go back in after Bowser in the Dark World. CartoonBuffoon just very upset with his beginning so far. And a 12.7, slightly faster than SuperViper as he manages to get Owlus on his first attempt. And both runners are 3 stars now, but Cartoon about to join SuperViper in Womp's Fortress. And now we're going to be seeing a 100 coin here from SuperViper, going for the fast cycle. which is, I believe, the second fastest version of this 100 coin. You're gonna have to cut it fairly close, making it to the spinning platform there. And all he needs now is to finish off this 100 coin nice and cleanly, as CartoonBuffoon getting that out as well. And this 100 coin here for SuperViperT looking pretty nice. And we're going to be seeing a Canalus here from CartoonBuffoon going for OG Canalus. And is now going to try for the stock folder setup. And he gets it. And Cartoon now slapping himself in the face. I'm not sure. Maybe that's just something that helps him to get back in the game, back in the mindset. Not sure, but looking like Cartoon is going to be going for a half cycle, getting both rosy coins at the start there. SuperViperT opting to go immediately for the stock folder setup and gets it on his first try. Cartoon, yeah, not quite as confident in his 100 coin, but this is looking pretty smooth from him. And yeah, just zooming in the camera there, a little bit of lag reduction maybe from him. SuperViperT now getting shooting to the wild blue. And he'll be heading over to fight the Womp in just a moment. As Cartoon coming to the end of his 100 coin now. And a nice little fence clip there from SuperViperT. A nice movement to get towards the Womp King. Going to be ground pounding on the back and taking him out for his 8-star. So 1 star left now then for SuperViperT here in Womps. Cartoon about to grab the not shooting to the wild. Yeah, it is wild blue, sorry. Yeah, shooting to the wild blue for CartoonBuffoon. Meanwhile, SuperViperT going to be heading up to the top of the fortress for his final star here in Womps. Not quite getting the fence clip there. Also, I think he's trying to go for a kick to try and start a triple jump, but accidentally dove instead. But either way, getting himself a low 7-minute Womps 9. And he'll be heading to get the second slide star. See what time he's able to get this time. I wonder if anyone in chat is gonna give their guesses, see what they think SuperViperT's gonna get. I'm gonna go over number 12-8. And oh, it's 12-9, so no one in chat getting it either. Well, we're going to be able to guess again with CartoonBuffoon in just a moment as he finishes up his Womps Fortress, so how about we get some guesses in for Cartoon's second slide? As SuperViperT makes his way into the wing cap stage. And Cartoon having a little bit of trouble with the movement through the castle, but making it to where he needs to go. We've got a 12-7 in chat from Azure. A bit of a mistake there on the slide, but a 13.2 and a 14.3 from Lance. Not a lot of faith, but Cartoon, again, just visually very annoyed. And a 13-2, Mr. Noodle Bear getting that guess right. And Cartoon very upset with himself. Oh, and accidentally exiting the game. He's going to have to make his way back into the castle. That's a very unfortunate mistake there. Very easy mistake to make as well. Not as costly as it could have been should it have happened later in the run, but even still, definitely not a time loss you want to be taking. Super Viper making his way through this Bowser in the Dark World red coins. And I feel like with that save and exit there from Cartoon, Super Viper may well be in the lead here. And Super Viper finishing up with that final red coin, going for the side flip. That side flip actually does save a little bit of time over the double wall kicks, assuming you get 2 regular wall kicks and not first frame wall kicks. So a little bit of game knowledge there from Super Viper, and you know, not going for the first frame wall kicks. So absolutely no shame in that. But throwing Bowser into the bomb. We got Cartoon starting up his Bowser in the Dark World red coins. I think both runners did actually miss the switch on the first go round, so should be seeing similar cycles from both of them. And Super Viper going to be heading over to Bomb on Battlefield. This is the thing that Cartoon doesn't need to do because he already did it at the very beginning of the run. And you see there, Cartoon looks like he got 1 first frame wall kick, but the first wall kick wasn't, so I'm not sure exactly what the time difference is there. And Cartoon again, very upset. Must be making a lot of comments about his own gameplay, and I mean, I personally feel like he's doing fine, but clearly Cartoon has higher standards than I do. But Super Viper now heading into CCM. Both runners with 13 stars, both of them with that first Bowser key. But Super Viper with the lead at the moment. And we're going to be seeing wall kicks will work here from Super Viper. He went for a slightly faster than the normal beginner strat with the dive rollout. A little bit risky because you can get very close to and accidentally ledge grab the platform down there, but Cartoon going for the faster strat with the backflip and nailed. How is Cartoon only 20 seconds behind? I mean, a save and quit where he did do it costed him probably the least time that it could have cost him. But yeah, I think, you know, both runners have been making some mistakes, but yeah, Cartoon, he definitely could have still been very close had he not had that save and quit, but you know, it's a long race, we don't know what's going to happen. And Super Viper actually opting to do CCM 17 here, going for the 100 coin with 15 stars. So he's going to be avoiding the Penguin race, which is a fairly safe race, you know, a race decision. We'll be seeing Cartoon actually going for the slide on its own, so he will be doing CCM 18, and we'll be having a slightly different route from the 2 runners. And I'll be interested to see if Super Viper may be going for double pirouettes in Shifting Sandline. And if that is the case, then the 2 runners will sync up out of Shifting Sandline. But maybe we could see a HMC early. Not seen one of those in a while. And yeah, we're going to be seeing Cartoon now making his way down for the 100 coin star as well. Super Viper going to be leaving CCM after this 100 coin and slide sir. Is it possible he does reds and 100? No. Not in this. In CCM, the only real accompaniments for... yeah, reds is too slow here. The only accompaniments for the 100 coin star in CCM is either with the slide or with the penguin race. Any other accompaniment would be a bit too slow. And we're seeing both versions of the 100 coin from both the runners, so 85 coins here for Cartoon. Going to be ending up with 100 coins at the bottom, and SuperViper getting his first star in BBH. And that is Cartoon now finished with CCM. He'll be joining SuperViper in BBH. He only has 1 star left. Going to be going for that quick movement through the mansion. Heading up to fight the Boo on the balcony. And yeah, we'll be seeing him going for a second punch there. Maybe that's a safety thing of his for making that fight a little bit more consistent, but I know we generally see people doing a long jump there to damage the Boo for a second time. But going for a second punch. Which CCM is faster in theory? I'm not 100% sure, so I'm not gonna give any false information. Maybe someone in chat has the information, but I think it might be CCM 18, but again, I'm not 100% sure. SuperViper may well be going for double pillarless, so we'll see if he does go for that. Cartoon's going to be heading up to fight the Boo as well, also going for the double punch. And SuperViper, not quite getting the jump that he wanted, having trouble. Okay, manages to get over the sand dune. Oh, but he doesn't get the double jump. Doesn't get the double jump before the pyramid. Taking a death though, that's going to help Cartoon catch up at least just that little bit, and perhaps even SuperViper has a bit of trouble, with a mental game getting through this. Maybe you'll have a better chance at this time. Getting over the sand dune very quickly, and absolutely no troubles this time around. And yes, he is going for the secret star in the pyramid, so confirming that he will be doing double pillarless. So the two runners should sync up after Shipping Sandland is done. And we'll see how Pillarless treats CartoonBuffoon here. Oh, bomb exploding immediately. Not able to grab the bomb when he needed to. It is a 1-frame window to get the bomb that SuperViper has right now. And he gets the double jump onto the pyramid and in the pyramid. So just the one death there from SuperViper. We'll see Cartoon trying it again, getting the bomb he wants, and getting towards the pyramid, and he's in there. Nice. Oh, but a ground pound, he's gonna have to make his way up. Nice backup actually, but Cartoon just very angry with himself right now. But again, maybe angry Cartoon is when he plays better. I'm really not sure. But Cartoon going in for his 24th star. I feel like SuperViper, has got a short star to do right here, so yeah, should still barely be in the lead. But CartoonBuffoon caught up a lot during that Shifting Sandland after that death. from SuperViper. And both runners heading into Lethal Lava Land just 1 or 2 seconds apart now. And we're going to be seeing both runners going for Red Hot Rolling Log with the wing cap. And SuperViper is over there, doesn't get the fence clip, but Cartoon does. So the gap still very close now between the two runners. I'm going to be seeing SuperViper heading towards the volcano while Cartoon heading, and burning himself on the way to the red coins. But not losing too much time in doing so. SuperViper going for the triple jump lava boost. Manages to make it work, but maybe Cartoon could make up some more time should he go for a faster lava boost strat. An interesting setup there as well from SuperViper, going with the Mario cam. And now, yeah, we will be seeing a long jump lava boost from Cartoon, making up a small amount of time here on SuperViper as SuperViper heads up onto the elevators. Oh, but falls down, taking. Oh my! He saves it! SuperViper very close, very lucky that the elevator was still there. And that is a very scary situation, but luckily managed to save himself and get himself that star inside the volcano. And I feel like at this point, I guess we'll see after this star from SuperViper, but yeah, it looks like Cartoon has taken the lead now. Oh, cutting the corner a bit too fine there, SuperViper. And yeah, we've had a change of lead now for the first time. Cartoon are going to be heading over to the bullies. Both of them with the same stars remaining. And we're going to be seeing the 3 bullies first here from Cartoon. See if he can get the triple kill. Oh, one of the bullies not having it at all. And really not interested in him. And Cartoon again, very animated in his anger. SuperViper also not having the ideal bullies, but I think he made up a little bit of time back there on Cartoon. Yeah, we will now be seeing both runners heading over for the final star in Lethal Lava Land. Gonna be getting this bully. Cartoon going for the ledge grab skip, nailing it. And we'll see SuperViper setting it up with a camera, but ultimately going with the same strat. And now both runners should be heading over to Dai Docks, where we're going to be heading into one of the, at least in my opinion, and in 70 Star, one of the most relaxing stages. The music, very calming in this next stage, as well as the stars themselves not really being too tricky. Dai Docks in 70 Star, generally a pretty consistent stage. And both runners going to be taking the same star order here. The only 2 stars really available for the 2 runners in this category are this star and the ship star, or the submarine star. Cartoon missing that 3rd chest, giving SuperViper more time to catch up. But yeah, you don't really want to go to the submarine star before doing this star, because collecting the submarine star will move the entrance back for Dai Docks. And I say the stage is relaxing. Cartoon clearly not relaxed. Yeah, both runners now. The gap very, very small after Cartoon's small mistake missing the chess. And both runners will be going for some lag reduction here, moving the camera around so that they spend the least amount of time possible looking at the submarine. And both of them going with the side flips, and Cartoon picking up a bit of extra dust there, losing a bit of time. And we are very close indeed. Not quite synced, but very, very close. General Craig, the tilt almost immediately started as Cartoon had a bit of trouble for going for island hop. He did manage to get it on his second go, or I think his third attempt really, but yeah, Cartoon, I mean, going for a pretty difficult start, but he managed to get it in the end. And yeah, what up next? Alright, both runners now into Bowser and the Fire Sea. This is where we should see maybe both of these runners going for Lava Boost. Oh, Super Viper taking down, falling down in that hole there. CartoonBuffoon going for the standard old movement, getting that red coin luckily, but I don't know if he'll be able to get the early cycle here in Fire Sea. Super Viper also looks like he's having a little bit of trouble, doesn't get the wall kicks. I think maybe both runners are going to be missing the cycle. Oh, is Super Viper missing the platform? And having to take to the land there away from the lava, kicking that bully as well. And Cartoon getting burnt on his way to the final red coin. And not a very good Fire Sea from either of these runners. Shocked there from Super Viper and a burn. And just deciding to take the burn over to the platform to get some health back. But yeah, a very difficult Fire Sea from both of them. Neither of them getting the Fire Sea they wanted, but Cartoon making up more of the time. Super Viper made more mistakes. Cartoon going to be throwing Bowser into the bomb, and Super Viper will very shortly be doing the same. And we'll be having these two runners heading upstairs into Wet Dry Road. Oh, that's 6 max. Yeah, I mean, I understand, you know, going into the school year once again. It's an important sign, so props to you for making sure you're not having the distraction. Alright, Wet Dry Load now. I'll be interested to see Cartoon going for the 100 coin here. I'll be interested to see if these runners will be going for the triple jump wall kicks for the top of the town and the elevator stars. Quite difficult. Yeah, triple jump, very awkward to make. Nice double box kick there from Super Viper. Not quite getting the second one, but he went for it. And Cartoon making sure he's getting these secrets along with the 100 coin. And as viewers may know, with the 120 star category, there is an alternate version of the 100 coin star that in 120 star saves about 8 to 10 seconds, but in 70 stars definitely not as fast as this one. Cartoon finishing up this 100 coin now. And SuperViperT actually keeping hold of all of the coins from the stage, so he was able to avoid that one coin that went off in a completely different direction. Alright, Cartoon now heading up to... Oh, not quite getting the double jump that he wanted, but making his way up now, not going to be going for that triple jump. Does only save, I believe, around 1 to 2 seconds, but Cartoon falling down off these blocks. And again, very angry with himself. SuperViperT nailing that triple jump wall kick. And Wilco with the host of 70 viewers. That is a nice chunk of viewers. Wilco, thank you for that host and that raid. How was the stream, man? Hope it went well. Welcome everyone from Wilco's stream to this 70-star League Division 2 race. These two guys have been very close the entire way. I mean, it's been a pretty exciting race, if I do say so myself. Cartoon, he has been having a lot of emotions going around. As you can see by his face cam, he is absolutely livid with himself, despite the fact that he's still close to SuperViperT. But, I mean, maybe he's not looking at SuperViperT and not paying attention to his feed, and is just... Oh, he enters at the wrong level, the wrong water level, so now he's gonna have to lower it so that he can teleport back up. But, yeah, I guess Commentator's curse, you know, saying that he's close to SuperViperT, but I mean, we have already seen a save and quit from Cartoon early on. But I mean, he's still definitely in this race. And... Oh, another save and quit! Another Commentator's curse! I am sorry, Cartoon. But, okay, that is definitely going to be a more costly save and quit there. The last time he did it, he actually saved and quit after doing the second slide, so he only had to go into the lobby, but now he's having to make his way back through the castle. And SuperViperT there, if you saw, he ledge grabbed very far to the right hand side of that platform at the end of this secret. If he had climbed up quickly there, he would have teleported and, you know, teleported away from that platform, climbing up slowly, game knowledge coming out from him to avoid the teleport. And I also saw their Cartoon falling into the water, still very upset and animated about his performance so far. And a brief Moe, I'm guessing it's Moe, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, 13-month resub. Thank you very much for that continued support. And SuperViperT now coming towards the end of this tiny huge island. Going to be heading to Tulsa Mountain. And Cartoon finishing up THI Secrets. Also looks to be going fast to the right hand side, but skips the ledge grab. And yeah, I agree with that. Cartoon shows passion. You know, he's does get upset, but I mean, he's got a very respectable time. So yeah, really putting in the time and effort into this game. And of course, as you're making mistakes and something that you put a lot of time into, you're going to get upset. So, yeah, Cartoon, he's being a bit upset with himself at this, but still in this race, you know. He's only a couple of stars behind right now, and we've still got the rest of the stairs, we've still got the likes of Tippy to go. It's like that in his stream too, or on GSA races. Yeah, I'm pretty sure in his usual stream. He has a lot of emotions and he needs to get them out. Let's just say that. But I guess, it's better to bring out the emotions than bottle them up, so he just brings out all the emotions on stream so we can all see it. And, like I said earlier, it does show passion, I guess, so. What are emotions? Coming from Wilco, that says a lot. The commentator wins the award for best understatement this season. Alright. I mean, I'll take an award, sure. And Cartoon, not able to get that second jump there up to the red coin, but making his way to the end of it. As SuperViperT begins his red coin hunt, and Cartoon again, head in hands, just overwhelmed with emotion as SuperViperT falls down, making his way through these red coins as well. I already got too many things in my head. Oh, Cartoon almost getting that breezeless, but not quite high enough, I believe, to make it through. And I do believe SuperViperT does also go for breezeless, and we will be seeing his attempt and nailing it. Cartoon now saving the top of the mountain stars for the end. And having a little bit of trouble getting up there, falling down, and not getting that triple jump. Losing time all the while. Meanwhile, SuperViperT heading up on this snowman. And nicely grabbing the star. Not too bad. And Cartoon now with the final star here in TTM. Final log wall kick, getting the first frame wall kick there as well. And SuperViperT getting that box star from across the frozen lake. Not using the spin drift as is, I think that's the intended way. I'm not sure. I only ever speedrun this game, so. There's a lot of things like that where casual strats just aren't necessarily known to us because we just skip it all. But SuperViperT now getting the start in the ice there, in the deep breeze. Going to be getting one more star here before heading back down to the basement to do a hazy maze cave. And the ice bully taken down by SuperViperT, and now by Cartoon as well. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that ice bully star is one of those stars that has a lot of people tied with the single star world record, just because it's such a short star and it's pretty easy. But definitely can still mess it up as SuperViperT missing nips. Gonna have to try and catch him over by shifting Sandland, losing a little bit of time there. And Cartoon, one star left in Snowman's Land. Oh, misses the box, but not too much of a time loss there to just run around and grab it. SuperViper getting that nice and free star there from Toad. And into Hazy Maze Cave we go. CartoonBuffoon making his way down to the basement now as well. SuperViper gonna be, I imagine, yeah, going for this triple jump box and avoiding the death zone, but not avoiding the ground. Taking a little bit of fall damage, but grabbing the star nonetheless. And Cartoon immediately grabbing Nips there. Yeah, Nips, in the US version, the first Nips that spawns at 15 stars is quite a considerable amount slower than the second one. The second Nips speeds up. But in the Japanese version, the bunny runs at the same speed for both. A little bit of trivia for you there. I'm sure some of you already knew that, but yeah, both runners making the way through this HMC. Cartoon also going for this triple jump box, nails it as well, avoiding the dash zone and avoiding the ground as well. And SuperViper with the Christmas Miracle. I'm not going to explain Christmas Miracle. It's just... I'm like to meme a little bit, but that one's too much for me. I don't even remember the whole thing. And the boulders here playing nice for SuperViper, who is going to be heading up to Tippy. Meanwhile, Cartoon has 2 stars left to collect here. We'll have to see how this Tippy treats SuperViper. He's got fairly decent lead right now of a couple of stars or so. Definitely Cartoon can still make it back into this race though. But SuperViper has been looking fairly strong this entire race, really. He's had mistakes here and there, but oh, Cartoon, the boulders not playing nice for him. And a laxity bounce here from SuperViper, taking an extra jump there to make sure he grabs into that pole. And making his way up to the cruiser and collecting that star. Cartoon will be shortly joining him in Rainbow Ride. And we're going to be having tricky triangles, it looks like, for SuperViper. And getting that long jump. Oh, but bonking on the triangle. Let's see if he can still make it before the timer. Oh, he's got plenty of time. That was a good backup there from SuperViper. And Cartoon getting the laxity bounce as well, also taking that extra jump just to ensure that he does get onto the pole. This is not much worse than getting a laxity bounce, landing on the board, and then oh, SuperViper! Just as I'm talking about the potential of messing with laxity bounce, SuperViper actually not getting the angle from the long jump that he wanted, and he ended up ledge grabbing. Oh, and CartoonBuffoon also taking a death. Rainbow Ride claiming many a victim here. SuperViper not able to get that side flip on the pendulum, going to be going for this triple jump off the flame shooter as a backup. But both racers taking deaths here in Rainbow Ride. And Cartoon just missing that wall kick. He's able to get back up though for that first red coin. SuperViper now will also be going for the red coin star as his final star here. Doesn't miss that wall kick. Cartoon again, very animated in his anger. And SuperViper now heading out of Rainbow Road. And Cartoon taking another death here at the start of Rainbow Ride. And again, just showing that anger again, but I mean 2 more stars left then to collect. As SuperViper didn't go for the Toad before heading into TTC. And CartoonBuffoon having the same mistake there on tricky triangles, but also backing it up. Alright, and SuperViper having a bit of trouble here getting up this platform. You gotta walk it on the edge of that wall there. But making it up. Oh, not getting the long jump angle, saving himself from fall damage. Oh, that was a little bit scary there for a second. Should be able to make his way back up though. Nice back up there. CartoonBuffoon. I'm not actually sure if he missed the same strat that SuperViper was going for and then back to it the same way. As I was watching SuperViper there, but 100 coin is now finished for SuperViper, and Cartoon is just beginning his. So I want to say it's roughly 55 to 60 seconds difference between the runners, based on the length of TTC 100. Oh! CartoonBuffoon getting the bonk, the ground pounding just a little bit too early for that blue coin switch and missing the time stop. And he's going to be going for the time moving now, and SuperViper going for moving reds here in TTC. An interesting move from him, but making it work. Nicely done. As Cartoon finishes up that get a hand star. And SuperViper also now with the time moving stars to go. I think Cartoon maybe just wants to get these time moving stars out of the way before having to wait for the clock where the time stopped. Yeah, a 2-star difference between the runners as they head back in. Nice little dive roll out there from Cartoon into the painting. And both runners, I think they may be going for the same star here, yeah, nope. SuperViper heading up the pendulum star and Cartoon doing roll into the cage. But very similar times for those 2 stars. Cartoon going to be attempting TTC 100 again. SuperViper going to be making his way up to the other time stop start that he's going to be doing, where these not so moving bars are very stationary in this frozen time stop TTC. So 68 stars here for SuperViper, 1 star remaining for him. Cartoon having a much better time of this GTC 100 on his second go around. And the box kick coins not behaving themselves, having to run and grab those. But we have SuperViper now with 1 star left. Probably the hardest star in the game, Toad. Oh wow, he's nailed it. And Cartoon making his way up for the top of the clock. Not sure, can't remember. Oh, Stomping the Phone, that's it. Good job of playing on English, so I can actually read the names of the stars, right? So, SuperViper now heading into Bowser in the Sky, looking poised to win this match, and potentially taking his 4th win of this league, of this Division 2 contest. CartoonBuffoon making his way quickly up to these time jumps on moving bars, again, not so moving. SuperViper, they're going to be going for just a stationary left side. Perhaps aware of his lead and wanting to play it safe, or maybe that is just his usual strat. Either way, making his way through this sky and getting into the final Bowser fight. And Cartoon going to be collecting his final start here in TCC. Let's see how these throws go for SuperViper. That is the first one. Going for number 2 and missing the throw. And we're going for that re-grab on Bowser. CartoonBuffoon also nailing that Toad Cell. As SuperViper hits his 2nd throw. Looking to get 51. We've got Techno with the 8-month resub. Thank you very much for the continued support there. And SuperViper looks like he missed another throw, so I'm going to be going for the final throw again. But it's going to be a 51 for SuperViper and also a victory for him. And Cartoon now making his way through this Bowser in the Sky. We'll see what he goes for in terms of the triple jump wall kick. Looking like a moving left side, and getting stuck into the platform. Very quick recovery, but not quite getting that triple jump. Falling down. And I'm not sure if he is aware that SuperViper is finished, but shaking his head and going for this left side again, falling down again, smiling now. I think he may be aware that the race is finished, but looking like he's going to be finishing it off anyway. And go for another moving left side, misses the wall kick entirely this time. Wilco, I don't believe we do have a second commentator for the next race, so I think you should be good to join in on that. Check the schedule. Now it's looking like it's only Electric that is on the schedule right now, so I think you should be good to join that. And Cartoon gonna be heading into the final Bowser fight now. I think 53 is still possible for him, but maybe looking at a low 54. Ruby's voice is so soothing, thank you. I've had it my whole life, so I'm happy you appreciate it. And that is 2 very quick throws already for Cartoon. Looking like he's hitting that final throw actually. So Cartoon finishing up here, looking like a low 54 from him. And that is going to be a victory here for SuperViper. And that'll be, I believe, 4 victories now for him. And unfortunately 4 losses for SuperViper. But yeah, thank you all for watching this race. We have plenty more going on today. We've got Gainai versus JJ SRL coming up next. And we're going to be having Electric and now Wilco joining for the commentary. So if you're here from Wilco's stream earlier, you're going to get to hear him again in just a moment. More SM64 after that, and then Celeste from 7 PM onwards. So thank you very much for watching this race, and we'll see you in the next race.